Welcome everyone to an exciting episode of Two Bar Connections of your host Jesse and
James. What's going on, everybody?
What is going on indeed? So for today's episode, we are going to be going over the sad death of Anthem, as well as the closure of several studios by Meta. They are closing several VR gaming studios. We also have a very curious story here with Monster Hunter Wilds performance apparently being tied to how much DLC you own. We'll get into that in a moment. And we also have Sony apparently getting a patent that allows AI-generated ghosts to play the game for you. And on top of all that, we also have the Resident Evil 9 showcase. We finally get some more details on what it is we can expect from Resident Evil 9, along with the worst-kept secret of Leon Kennedy being the action man of the game. But before we get into all that, how have you been?
I've been doing pretty good, man. I know last time we recorded, not much time has passed. Nothing has really gone down. However, I finished my open heart training. So now, I don't know if I mentioned it last episode, but now I'm going to start taking care of patients that have gone through open heart surgery at my hospital, which is it's a big deal because it's a whole, it's a whole different workflow, a whole different set of problems that you have to account for. Even the medications you give are different, their dosages and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So I did the class, and I just got done getting signed off on pacers, and I'm talking about like external pacers, not pacemakers that are implanted into the body. So patients, when patients come out of heart surgery, they, depending on the doctors, but 90% of the time they actually come with temporary external pacemakers. So imagine a machine that you're holding in your hand, and it's got wires that are in here and then go into your heart and just like hang out there and then trigger electrical impulses to beat the heart for you while it rests.
Okay, interesting. That sounds gross, but interesting.
Yeah, no, and so I take care of it. So I mean, if you want to be an evil bastard, you could just literally like go up on the pacemaker and make their heart beat like super fast. Obviously, don't do that, but that's the general idea behind the external pacers, because these the electrical wiring of the heart, all the swelling, there's some damage done, so they put these pacers in to help the patients beat along until their heart eventually heals and recovers on its own. They've told me stories about patients that actually come in with no heartbeat. So we have to do like a pacer check every shift, every time like we hand off. And we'll go, okay, let's see what the underlying heart rate is, which means you turn the pacer off. And then some patients actually have they flatline like that.
Wow, okay.
So you're like, so then you immediately like, oh, nope. Do you turn that pacer back? I was like, okay, so he is 100% dependent on this pacer. We cannot take him off this pacer. We need to make sure that this pacer has batteries.
Keep him charged.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to keep him charged. AA batteries. Never forget.
The Energizer Bunny never quits on you. The Energizer quit in your heart.
Yep, Energizer Bunny saves lives. You know it. So I'm signed off on pacers. However, I still need to go for actual training with a preceptor, which I have to actually go to day shift for 3 weeks while to train, just so that I can know how that workflow goes. And then after I'm done, I'll go back to night shift.
Why do they?
Excuse me.
Why do you have to do it in your day? Because the people who train you are only people that time?
It's because the day flow is way different than the night flow. Because the patients that get the surgeries, 95% of the time they come in during the day, because surgeries start at 8 in the morning, and they go well into the evening. But night shifters don't really take fresh heart patients like right out of the operating room. That's really a day shift thing. So we'll be missing a huge chunk of how to take care of these patients by being on night shift. So that's why we have to go to day shift to train for 3 weeks, and then we'll train on nights for, I believe, 1 extra shift or 2, depending on if you feel comfortable or not. And then you get trained on the night shift flow of things, which usually involves extubating the patients, and then more importantly, getting them up out of bed and into a chair. Because even though these patients just had these patients just had heart surgery, we're trying to promote fast healing, and studies have shown that we dramatically reduce hospital stay by getting these patients like up and at them like immediately after surgery. I mean, granted, assuming everything is going good, like
Okay, yeah.
if they're not the most stable patients, then no, they'll have to stay in the bed longer, and sometimes they even stay intubated. So it's actually pretty exciting because it's a new area for me. I've been a nurse for about 4 years, and I've never actually dabbled in cardiac medicine. It's always been trauma, neuro, medical, and everything but hearts. So this is a brand new area for me completely. So it's exciting. I feel like a new grad again.
All right.
So it's cool.
Nah, that does sound cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But how about you, man? How's everything going with you?
I mean, nothing too new. Really nothing new at all. Because it's only been like a week or so since we last recorded. So
Yeah,
not much has been going on. I mean, Deadpool did come out for Marvel Rivals. He came out on Friday.
Which
I only played a smidge bit, so I really can't say much about him. I only played him in the 18v18 mode because, of course, it'd be impossible to play him anywhere else. So I just went to 18v18. I just picked him there, and he has 3 variations because he's literally all 3 classes. Which is, I didn't think they were gonna do that. I thought it was a troll when they were, because people were theory crafting like, oh, maybe he's all 3 classes. I'm like, no, bro, there's no way. Like this is a troll.
Yeah.
They're just doing it just to make you guess where he's gonna be. Because I always thought he was gonna be a DPS because it's like, why wouldn't he be a DPS? He's Deadpool, right? But no, he's all
exactly.
3 classes. He is. You could play him as a tank, you could play him as a DPS, or you could play him as the support. So his abilities are very similar across all 3, but they'll have slight different variations depending on what role you're playing. And sometimes you might get a brand new ability, like the tank role. He has a deployable shield that he throws out. He throws like a unicorn, and it throws pretty much like a wisdom bubble. Like he throws a wisdom bubble out, and it just absorbs a bunch of damage. So
that's what that is.
Yeah.
I was always wondering what that was. I was always wondering what that was in the trailer.
Yeah, it's pretty much a wisdom bubble, except it has it instead of blocking damage, it absorbs damage, but it's pretty much a wisdom bubble. That you just kind of throw out there. Everything else is more or less the same. And then his support class, his right click, he throws his katanas, and they sort of spin around and heal whatever's in place, and it does a lot of healing. But I didn't play that much. I played a tank pool mostly, so you'll have to figure out how to play support pool on your own. But on top of all that, he also has an upgrade mechanic where he gains experience every time he does damage or kills enemies.
Interesting.
And then you press F when you level up, and you can choose which abilities to upgrade. So if you upgrade his pistols, he'll go from 30 shots to 40 shots, and they'll do slightly more damage. If you improve the dash, it'll give you 2 dashes instead of just 1 dash, and so on and so forth. And then on top of all that, he has a blind.
Ooh.
His ultimate blinds you. It just puts a bunch of shit on your screen you can't see. And then if you shoot and miss something, you'll actually take damage. And every time you miss abilities, you'll take damage. It's not much, but it is something there. Outside of that, they're just he seems pretty fun so far. I mean, like I said, I haven't played too much. I played 4 matches maybe of him, 3 or 4 matches of him, and this is an 18v18, so I don't really know how well he's gonna be. I did watch Flats play him a little bit on tank pool. He seemed to do pretty well on him, so he might be a pretty solid pick. I mean, and from what I hear, the DPS version sucks, but the tank and support version are really, really good. Oh, also, one last thing. His ultimate is very unique because he has a style meter, kind of like Devil May Cry, where he does damage, and then he'll go up like a letter grade. He'll go from D to C, and then C to B, and A to S. Once he reaches S, his ultimate is ready to go. You don't have to charge it up. You could use it whenever. As long as you're an S, you could just use the ultimate whenever you want. It goes on a cooldown after that, so you can't you can't spam it over and over again. But it's like a 40-second cooldown, so you can actually get it pretty frequently. And you can even double jump. Here's a double jump, and you can jump on top of your allies, and it gives you ultimate charge that way, or it gives you style points. Right? Yeah. So you can just keep bouncing on people, once or twice, and you're practically at S already. All you do is just shoot people a few times, and you're at S, and then you just pop your ult.
Oh damn! So you can spam his ult pretty frequently.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a super high impact ult, except for the support ult. Apparently, support ult's really good. I don't know what it does. I think it just heals everybody, and then it also blinds as well. But I don't really know what it does beyond that. Oh, also, when he's ulting, there'll be a little icon at the bottom right hand corner above his ult that shows you which ability he wants you to use. And if you use it multiple times, then it'll juice it up even more. Now, I don't know if that's the DPS version or if that's all versions. I don't really remember. I don't think the tank pool version has that. I think the tank pool version, you just pop it and you just have a lot of health, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And then, outside of all that, I did play a demo for something. It was actually pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, but I really, really liked it. If it wasn't $50, I probably would have bought it. But also, I can't be. I still have studying to do, so I can't be buying another God knows how long RPG game. But that is a game called Romancing Saga 2, and this is a game that's interesting because it kind of does a few things that's untraditional to a lot of RPGs. So the thing with this game is that there's actually no levels in it. Instead, what happens is that everything is a skill, and the more you use it, the more you level up that skill. Every weapon's associated with skills, so you have great sword, axe, whatever. All those are skills, and the more you use the weapon, the better you get at it. So that means the more damage you'll do, the more accurate you'll be with it. And same thing with magic. There's fire magic, water magic, wind magic, all that shit, right? And you just gain it experience with it over time. Also, with your health as well, your health also increases as you take damage. Your magic also increases as you use more magic. And then I mean that is pretty much it. That's the thing that makes it really unique. Oh, also, you're not really playing one character specifically. You're playing a kingdom, because the whole story of the game is that the world is being invaded by 7 demons, and you have to try and defeat them. But the thing is, it takes place over the span of hundreds of years. And there's what there's called generations. So every time a new generation comes, you have to appoint a new monarch, and that monarch gets all the stats and abilities from the previous monarch. And then there's also permadeath. So if one of your party members dies, you have to get a new party member, and that party member inherits stats from them.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, I know it's just a demo, but would obviously it would affect story and dialogue with the characters, correct?
Yeah, it's a non-linear game, so the game will give you. I only did the prologue, so I haven't gone to the openish sections of the game. But for what I looked at, it says that you're gonna have multiple missions. You're gonna be able to pick which missions you want to tackle, and depending on the order you tackle those missions and decisions you make, you can actually affect the story going forward. Mm-hmm. So and you can also just ignore stuff outright. You don't even have to do all the stuff that they give you. You can do some of them if you want. Yeah. So it's a very open-ended game, which is very unlike most JRPGs, which are very linear and controlled. You're pretty much going from place to place. Maybe there's some side paths that you can take until eventually you get to the last portion of the game, and then which case then everything opens up and you can go back and do any side stuff that you finished up. But this game is like that from the beginning. It's open from the very beginning. You can just do whichever missions you want to do or go to whichever areas you'd like to.
And it'll take into account all your decisions.
Yeah, I don't know how in depth. I don't know how in depth it's gonna be, but yeah, that is the idea.
Okay, cool. I always like games like that. It's just sometimes it's either too much, or no matter what you do, it always boils down to 1, 2, or 3 endings.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll have to see, because this is a remake of a game from the SNES. So
Okay.
It's a SquareSoft game
Right.
from the 90s. It was on SNES, so I don't know like how robust the decision making is. They did add like some new mechanics to it and some quality of life changes. Like they added a mechanic where if you keep exploiting enemy weaknesses, eventually like it fills up a bar, and then with a bar you can do like tag team attacks pretty much, and it allows you to do use your abilities without spending any magic bar on it.
Okay, nice.
But really cool.
It looks good.
I really enjoyed it like a lot. I was really surprised. I'm like, damn, I kind of want to keep going. Like, I was like, this is the end of the demo. Oh, okay. You pretty much just play through the prologue. That's it. Like they just show you like they can pretty much do the combat. They show you like dungeon crawling, and they show you like how the inheritance mechanic works. Which, because spoiler alert, your dad dies, so then the prince inherits all of his stats and abilities, because the prince fucking sucks. The prince is a little bitch. He was getting one shot left and right. Like he was absolute bitch, and like they spent like the first like hour of the game him being like, I'm not very good at combat and stuff, and everyone's like, you probably should hang in the library, right? Everyone's playing like, yeah, you're a bitch. And then his dad dies, and he's like, all right, I gotta stop being a bitch, right? I just gotta man up and lead the kingdom and head into combat and shit.
Yeah.
All right.
That poor guy.
Yeah. So, how about we get some news?
Absolutely. Let's get into some news, baby. All right, what are we starting with today?
Yeah, we follow the itinerary.
Right. Yeah, no.
It's you, then me, then you, then me, then me, then me, then you, then me, be you,
no,
you, Simmons, be you,
it was
Simmons,
rhetorical.
me, Simmons. Simmons, be me,
again.
me, and then me again. Makes perfect sense.
Well, let's get into some
Red versus blue, for those y'all don't know.
Yeah, OG stuff. Honestly, if you haven't watched it, watch it already. Up to honestly, I don't even know. Honestly, reconstruction, I think. But anyway, in any case, Anthem, dead. And as it says, it died as it lived, as a game with pretty fun flying, because they literally could not give it any other compliments. Oh man, so an article published on PC Gamer on January 12th at 2:05 p.m. Eastern, Anthems were booted from the launch bays, strongholds, and free play zones that they lingered in, and the infamous looter shooter that honestly was the first obvious sign of BioWare's downfall is now dead. Now, people have had a lot to say on this game. The development was tumultuous. We've actually, we never got to cover the second video by Mark Dara.
2.5 hours. We probably should.
Yes.
One day, maybe after this.
Yeah. No, one day. But honestly, we probably have to dedicate a whole episode to it, because, dude, I did not think he'd put 2 hours into it.
No, I didn't think it would be 2 hours either.
Yeah, which, by the way, he still defends Anthem to this day, which means I gotta really look at that video. But as you know, that this development cycle was plagued by a sometimes created decision from its earliest stages, and even after launch, nothing really improved. They tried to reinvent the game, only for EA to abandon those plans a year later, and then ending the development for Anthem officially in 2021. And then, after 4 years of a game that essentially was stagnating, EA announced in July that today would be the day that they end support for the game. So now Anthem is yet another dead game that no one can play, which sucks for those people that bought it, especially those that bought the deluxe edition, as I'm sure they did have one. They on Twitch, they actually had a bunch of watch parties to show like the final hours. Future Games Show presenter and producer Jules Gill, who picked Anthem up for the first time last week, called the flying and fighting so fun, particularly delighting in carving through strongholds. And even a Monster Hunter YouTube known as Rurikan waded through the battles as Colossus, saying that the shield smash and artillery shell were so satisfying. So, some people said that the game was fun, but honestly, this game has been a mess from the absolute get-go. Like, no one had any interest in playing this game.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
it was a game with strong bones. Like everyone said, like, hey, like this flying is really cool. Like if you get like some cool flying mechanics, I mean, if you get some cool fighting mechanics, like some good combat mechanics, and you throw it in with all the flying and stuff, this could be a really really cool game. Like it was potential man the game pretty much. Like it was a game with so much potential, and a really cool trailer when that E3 was showed off.
Yes.
And everyone was like, "Oh, this is like Iron Man with Destiny," and even Bioware was like, "Oh, this is Iron Man with Destiny," because even they didn't know what the fuck they were making because that game was so horribly mismanaged and was essentially fighting for resources from Mass Effect and Dragon Age the entire time, and there was kind of like this crazy like Ouroboros situation going on, like how Mike Dara describes it, where essentially like because Bioware is a multi-project studio, at least at the time they were a multi-project studio, a lot of these teams working on different games were all kind of taking resources like away from each other, and then Anthem was there kind of floundering around, and you have that, plus on top of that you have the fact that it didn't really have a strong vision for a very long time. It was originally Casey Hudson's baby, but I imagine like, you know, he got tired of all the bullshit of like, you know, like, oh, everyone's working on Inquisition and now I can't work on my game, and now everyone's working on Andromeda, so I still can't work on my game. I don't want to go back to Mass Effect, so fuck this. I'm just gonna go and, you know, start off. He went off and started off in a studio. I forgot what the studio's called, but that studio went under, and then he got worked somewhere else, and now he's working on the new Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic game, which you and I are very excited for.
I'm still living off that hype,
even though God only knows when it's going to come out. Because
I don't care. I don't care. Just do it right. Don't fuck this up, please. I'll wait 10 years. I'll wait 20. just please don't fuck this up. But anyway, but back to Anthem. So it was like you said, it was a game with a lot of potential, but you know, potential can only get you so far. Mike Dara did give us an insight into, you know, all of the, like you said, the mismanagement that was going on, how EA really wanted BioWare to just focus on their, you know, their main moneymaker, which was Mass Effect, which to an extent they still are. You know, they did Andromeda, which, you know, was it was pretty and now they're working on the Mass Effect 5, bringing back old characters like Liara, and, you know, God only knows, you know, what they're going to do with that crap. So, you know, really the true sadness of this game is the fact that we will not get community servers for this.
No, right? I mean, this was a game that we as BioWare fans didn't really want from BioWare. And it wasn't a very good game outside of the flying, but it still deserves to exist, and it still deserves to be played, because there are people out there who did play this game and did really enjoy it. And to take that away from them, especially when they paid for it, I think is a shitty thing to do.
That's exactly what it is. And it goes back to the whole Stop Killing Games initiative, that this kind of practice really has no place, you know, in our society anymore. You know, we one of the oldest rules is, you know, you paid for something, it's yours. So this whole idea of paying for something and then it could just be taken from you, or it just disappears off the planet, it makes no sense, especially when they have the ability to not let that happen.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, it should be playable in some way, which is something that Stop Killing Games is trying to fight for. And luckily, you know, that petition did pass, so like there is discussions going on. We don't know the status on it currently is. Hopefully something comes out.
I don't think any big news has come down to that, but we'll probably look into it in a bit. But if something were to happen, it would have made headlines for sure.
No, for sure. But unfortunately, Anthem isn't going to be making much headlines anymore.
Nope. No, not making no headlines. No headlines at all.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Anthem.
Yeah, rest in peace, Anthem, and rest in peace, 3 studios over at Meta, who have closed some of their VR gaming studios. So Meta on the 13th of January announced that they will be closing Twisted Pixel, Armature, and Sanzaru Games, which are 3 studios that they acquired. And for those of you who don't know, are they here? Yeah. All right. Sorry. So Twisted Pixels released Wilson's Heart Rift, BT, Defector, and Path of the Warrior. Also have Sanzaru Games, who released Ripcoil, VR Sports Challenge, Marvel Powers Unlimited, and Asgard's Wrath and Asgard's Wrath 2, which Asgard's Wrath 2 I know was the VR game that was nominated at the Game Awards, and apparently was a pretty impressive game because it was straight up like a semi-open world game, like a full on RPG mechanics, and it was like dozens of hours long. According here to the article, it was 60 hours long. So that's a lot of game for a VR game, and I saw people actually play it. It looked very impressive. Had pretty like robust looking combat system and exploration. Like it was a whole ass game because VR a lot of times it seems kind of gimmicky. Like it's like, oh, I can play Beat Saber on here, and like, okay, what the fuck else am I gonna play? Yeah. But this was like a whole ass game. So clearly, like Sanzaru in particular, like knew how to make use of the technology to actually make, big gaming experiences. And then we also have Armature Studio, who worked on Fail Factory, Sports Scramble, Resident Evil VR, which is also pretty good, apparently. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's pretty much what's been going down over at Meta. Because the Zuck continues to dump money into the fire pit that is AI, which is probably why they closed these studios down in the first place.
They're literally the same thing as Microsoft. The Zuck is sucking all the resources and dumping it into AI.
I mean, Meta's always been kind of a fire dump because he's been dumping money into it for like years, like Meta AI and stuff. Like it has been like I've seen like report about how like it has been his absolute obsession over the past few years, even though he burns through billions and hasn't turned a profit at all. He just insists that this is going to work. This is going to work. This is going to work.
No, I mean, I don't know how much longer he can put money into this. And technically speaking, it's not a failure yet because he hasn't given up on it. But I really don't know what the hell he's trying to do with Meta. I know he was trying to do like the metaverse as well, like a whole community of VR, and it's just it makes no goddamn sense. And honestly, I think that's every company right now that's involved with artificial intelligence. They're just dumping money into it to never see it again. Because companies like Meta. Well, yeah, I mean, dude, he believed in it so much he literally renamed his business Meta. So stupid. So you have Meta dumping money into all this crap, not making a profit. Microsoft is investing heavily into AI, but as far as the AI, they haven't generated any profit from the AI itself. And then, of course, you have the biggest.
Pretty much no one has
the biggest loser. Yeah, exactly. No, but the biggest culprit is OpenAI. Like I think they actually reported negative numbers for Sam Altman's company. So, yeah, this will be a big ass bubble, and we're still waiting for it to pop.
Yeah.
I think that. Yep, I think that's the article.
It'll happen soon. Yeah, according to this article here by Windows Central, they're projected to burn through $14 billion with a B dollars in 2026, and they might hit bankruptcy by next year, which one can only hope. please. Yeah. We need to start this bubble bursting.
Dude, it just makes no sense. Like, I don't understand, like, this kind of innovation usually is a slow and gradual approach. Knock out the bugs as time goes on at a slow and steady pace. And, every so often you do get, breakthroughs where you have these big jumps in technology. And they're trying to do that with artificial intelligence, but goddamn, bro, like this is crazy work. Like I don't understand what it is that they're trying to do here.
No, I don't.
But whatever
the case
may be,
And I don't think even they understand it because they have yet to sell us on what's the benefit to us getting AI. Like, that's the whole thing. They are just tanking our water supply, shooting up our electrical bills, just generating tons and tons of pollution for our environments, probably like ransacking like lower income areas to build these data centers, because that's usually like where these data centers are tend to be built.
Yeah.
And for what? Like, what is the benefit that we as the customer gets from you guys pushing all this AI bullshit onto us? Because I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet either. I mean, like I said, the only thing I can think of that's good use of AI is medical field. I think I told you about how AI is used to read scans. It can read them with impressive accuracy and show many things that are wrong with the patient, along with what you're looking for. And they actually, the union of doctors argued to remove it because it would take away their jobs. So yeah, but so far that's the only good thing that I've seen. Oh man.
Oh shit! I pressed the button.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was black screen for a little bit.
Yeah. No, so I was just watching you.
Yeah, but to go back to the VR stuff, like stuff like this is pretty cool. Like this is all of Resident Evil 4 as a VR game. Yeah, the original, of course. Yeah, I don't know if they did the remake yet. I think they did. Did they do? I think they did.
Somebody did,
or maybe someone modded it. This is a legitimate release.
No, that's a legitimate release, and people say that it is incredible. Like it's even for a VR game, it's pretty good. Actually, let me see, Resident Evil.
Yeah, so it's really a shame that a studio that can do this is closing down. Yeah. I honestly see, like, at least as far as gaming goes, more potential in VR than whatever bullshit AI is trying to do. Whatever it is they're trying to do with AI. I think. I mean, as far as meta, I don't know what their goals are with AI. Then again, I don't know what their goals are with anyone using AI at this point, outside of just replacing jobs and just putting in sloppy ass artwork in their games, kind of like with Call of Duty. Yeah, kind of like with Call of Duty. Putting in straight up AI art assets in their game in Black Ops 7. So yeah, so really, stupid. Yeah, really sad, and all for something that's so stupid. I mean, it's probably why. We don't know for sure if that's why, but I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. That's okay. I hope these devs do something good. Maybe start their own VR studios, because they have really good potential. And who knows, they might be the ones to bring VR into the mainstream, especially now that we're getting a lot of like standalone VR headsets, like the new Steam Frame. And also I think they unveiled some other VR headsets, like standalone headsets at I forgot what the name of the festival was, but it's a huge tech expo that happens in Vegas every January. I think it's CES. CES. Yeah,
and it was all AI. He even had the some White House official coming in there talking about like, what the fuck are you? Okay, some Trumpy Dumpty administrator guy coming in talking about, it's gonna be the future and we're gonna do so.
Because they're also dumping money into artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
But speaking of dumping into artificial. Yeah, they are banking on it, but let me tell you something. I don't think Sony is also banking on AI, and this is a really weird way to apply the artificial intelligence. So, Sony has filed a patent as they concerned that games have become very, very complicated, and so players are quitting because games have become so complicated. So, in 2025, in April, they had published a patent that described an AI that is trained using footage of gameplay of the game to identify a scenario occurring in the context of the gameplay of the player. And so essentially it is an artificial intelligence that gives hints to the players to solve puzzles and or engage in certain combat maneuvers to beat a boss. And like what this person in the article has said, he likened it to the Phantoms from FromSoft games, except instead of showing you a player action, it will actually show you what you need to do to progress forward, where it's solving a puzzle or beating a boss. And in the extreme case that you don't want to play, it will just it will play for you. What do you think about that so far?
You can go on, but we'll talk about it a bit.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So they in the article gives the example of Atreus. How I'm sure people who have played God of War and God of War Ragnarok, Atreus gives you hints on how to solve puzzles if like you take too long to solve the puzzle. Now, with this patent, imagine a ghost Kratos, which they aptly named a ghost of Sparta, physically wandering around the puzzle room and then solving the pieces in the right order. Of course, it doesn't actually solve the puzzle for you. You just watch the Phantom do it, and you're like, oh, okay, so I guess that's how you do it. Now, Sony claims that the AI is meant to solve modern gaming frustrations and challenges. And although, as quoted here, although video game technology has seen many advances, some players find themselves in need of assistance. Because they actually, I forgot what it was. There was I'm trying to see if I could find it, but they actually had a statistic where a lot of players, I can't find it in the article, but a lot of players, I believe 80-something% of players actually open up AI to help them with a video game puzzle or with a video game boss, which we get because who hasn't opened up an article on Wikipedia or GameFAQs, or NeoSeeker to find a way to beat a boss or beat a puzzle, or even IGN for that matter. So they're thinking, well, instead of them just opening up a web page to look up the puzzle, why not just have the artificial intelligence show them the solution right there in game, so that they don't even have to look over to another screen or pause the game and interrupt the workflow. But so that's the reasoning. There's according to the patent. Oh, here it is. I finally found it. So if you scroll down to the article on the bottom, it says here, right above where the picture says, it says here that Microsoft actually shared a study that found that 79% of gamers are open to help from AI in some form. So apparently there's a demand for it. And it's here you can see the patent from Sony that's showing the different AI modes. One for story mode, which will help you with all the puzzles and help you just move along with the story of the game, whatever the game may be. Combat mode, where it will show you how to beat a boss, the different button prompts, different combos, and all the sorts. Explore mode, which will show the AI probably running through a field and showing, oh yeah, here's where you could find some irons, some gold, a cave with loot. And then full game mode, which a lot of people are inferring that the AI will just take over your player character and just play the game while you sit back and watch. So honestly, it's kind of weird, considering that video games are we're in an interactive entertainment medium. It's not like movies where you just sit back and watch something unfold on the screen. With games, you actively take part in the story, you actively take a part in the progression. You are involved with what is happening. So I don't think this is a good idea. I think this is kind of crap. I mean, especially with game prices like rising, you're going to pay a lot of money just to not play. So it's It's not good. I don't like it at all. Like, what are your thoughts on what we've discussed so far?
Yeah, okay. So this is I mean, it's interesting, I guess you could say. It's ghost assistance stuff. So when the PS4 was announced, they did like have like some assistance tools that I remember like they were. Oh no, the PS5 was it? No, I think it was the PS5. The PS5 was like had like, some assistance tools with it, where like you can like open up like guides or something, like you can actually like pin it to your screen, something like that. Or like you can have remote play, so you can have like your friend like to take over for you. So it just sounds like this is like the next step for that, where they want to add more accessibility features. But I mean, if we're reaching a point where a game is playing itself for you, I think that we have crossed the line at that point, because gaming is an interactive experience, right? And if you're just hanging back and letting the game play itself, well, then what the hell's the point?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I can understand, maybe having like for like, it was combat exploration, like okay, like stuff like that. I mean, I guess it's fine. Might make it a little bit lazy when it comes to you playing the game, and it might might hamper your experience to playing the game, depending on like what game it is you're playing. Like FromSoft games or Dark Souls games, for example, it's like part of the fun is not knowing what the fuck you're doing or what the fuck's happening. A lot of it is just you running around and stumbling upon secrets and stuff. And sure, like there's like things in the game, like there are like phantoms that walk around and stuff, but they're not there for a long time. And if you're playing offline, like I do, like I don't see any of that shit. So like having the game being able to like help you find like secrets and stuff in the game with that ease of access, I think can take away the charm of a lot of games. And it could lead to incentivizing developers to either making games extremely simple, like to the point where they're kind of boring, or they might go in the opposite direction and make them more easily complicated, because they'll just be like, oh well, I think we'll just help them out. It's like it'd be like the design equivalent of like what's happening with the UE5 engine. Like UE5 has like soulless developers and this shit like Lumen and graphites or whatever the fuck, and all these developers are like, oh well, we'll just use all this shit and then we'll figure it out later about the optimization, and then optimization stuff never comes. They rely on all these bells and whistles that the UE engine uses that just tank the performance of the game because they're just way too intensive and buggy. I feel like at that point, like this is like the AI equivalent of that, or it could be.
No, I think you're absolutely right, because and I actually didn't even think about that slippery slope, how now they could just make games however they want. And you say that we get lazy with playing a game, well, the developers will get lazy with game development, and they can literally make a story or a game, like a story, like they'll make a video game, the story doesn't make any sense, the combat is atrocious, and there's nothing to there's no need to explore. Like there's a whole bunch of foliage, there's no clear markers for caves or whatever the fuck, and there's like, oh no, like you said, the AI will take care of it. The AI will explain the story to them, or the AI will fight the boss for the bullshit boss with the bullshit moveset, and the AI will explore the territory for him, which is kind of ass, man. We're approaching, we're approaching a time where it looks like game developments, like the majority of them, obviously not all of them, but the majority of them are just going to get lazy with what they do, and they're really trying to they're min-maxing so goddamn hard.
Yeah, they're min-maxing the fun out of the game.
Yeah, they're min-maxing the fun of the game, and also the min-maxing out of development. Like they're putting in like the least amount of effort, and then trying to rake in the most amount of profits. And AI is the cudgel that they're using, that they're depending on and relying on to do exactly that. Excuse me.
Yeah, because fighting the boss. You mentioned fighting the boss. I find the boss, like struggling with the boss, can be part of the fun. Trying to figure out how to get past them and like getting over their bullshit, like getting through their bullshit, and finally beating their bullshit can be really cathartic. And if the game plays for you, or like, it gives you like a strat that's like so like, busted or something like that, then it takes the fun out of figuring it out, discovering things, and dealing with it. Like you going through that emotional turmoil of like fighting like a tough boss, for example. Like that's part of the experience of the game, at least for me. Like, a lot of people, I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, no, like I don't really like that stuff. Then like that's where difficulty settings come in, right? You don't need to have like AI assisted stuff. That's where difficulty settings come in. Put the game on easier difficulty, or like install a mod that makes things like a little bit easier. I know like with Dark Souls and like Elden Ring, like they have easy mode mods that you can just install into the game, and it makes it easier by default.
But it's good to have those options. But now the option is not even going to be there anymore. I mean, to be fair, I'm sure that there'll be an option to turn the AI on and off. But still, this is a practice that I really don't think is good for our hobby. Not in the slightest. And I think it's really going to catch on with the iPad generation of kids that they can't be bothered to play the games that they pay for, or actually to play the games that their parents pay for. Because these kids, they don't got money.
I mean, they're all probably like all on Fortnite and shit. Like they don't even pay for anything.
Exactly.
They'll pay probably for some cosmetics, that their parents bought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even know what kids play these days, to be honest. Like we're sort of like in that 30s, 40-year-old bubble, where we, the way we play games is different from how people in their 20s and early teens, and especially kids, play. Like there's no like Kingdom Hearts for 10-year-olds out there like there was for us. There's no like they're not going out playing like a Kingdom Hearts game. It doesn't help that Kingdom Hearts games are in development for like starting from like when they were born. Like they'll graduate from, they'll be born and graduate from elementary school by the time a new Kingdom Hearts game comes out. So that doesn't help,
dude, for real. Oh my god, it's so ass.
Like I said, like they don't really consume games the same way, so they're the ones who are going to be like the most susceptible to these kinds of decisions, whereas you and I, we're kind of set in our ways at this point. So like our stances will probably be a bit harder. And I imagine people who are even older than us, that remains to be even more true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it really depends, because like the older generation, like my dad and stuff, really my dad was the only one that was into video games. I grew up watching him play Resident Evil, Silent Hill, all like the horrors and stuff. So I guess it is different. I think we're probably one of the first generation of people to have this as a main hobby. And what I mean by main hobby, I mean like it wasn't just NESs and you pay for a cartridge. This, because gaming has blown up in our lifetime. Like it's become huge.
Yes, massively so.
Massive, dude. Like during
probably the fastest growing industry ever, and especially during COVID, like we were like gaming as an industry made more money than Hollywood movies, and that was a fucking culture shock in my opinion, because I was like, damn, I didn't think that would be the case. Movies, video games makes more revenue than movies, music, TV.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, pretty much any entertainment medium you could think of. Combined.
Yeah, combined, exactly.
Combined, yeah. and that only continues to grow every single year. And part of the reason why like we're in this shit like with all these layoffs and stuff is because of that growth has just led to unrealistic expectations, because now they want it to grow even more and more and more, because it's never enough. Like they've already outpaced all those mediums that I mentioned, but they have to keep going more and more and more and more.
Absolutely. And like you said, it's growing so fast that but the growth that they've had is unsustainable. So that's why we're always waiting. That's why we're waiting for that crash to happen, because we know it's coming. Like we've seen this many times before in history, and it's amazing how long it's taken just because they're trying so damn hard to not report a loss. Like they're literally cutting everything, every single thing that they could possibly get their hands on.
And they're trying to automate what a piece of automation, right, with AI and all that shit.
Yeah.
All right. So, how about we get into some more news?
Yes,
Also, some
please.
equally kind of strange, but this is a little more funny than anything else.
Yeah. I had to. Yeah.
Because it's just so weird.
This was my what the fuck moment.
Yeah. So apparently, Monster Hunter's performance is reportedly tied to how much DLC you own. So you literally have to buy your frames in order to get good performance from Monster Hunter. And this comes as a Reddit user by the name of Tilmarande had a lengthy message on the Monster Hunter Reddit page where they made the discovery that your performance, how many frames you get, and how much stable your game is tied to how much DLC you have, because the game is so aggressively checking for your DLC that it is actually tanking your CPU and frames. So how this came about was that this person was playing on a friend's computer, and they noticed how when they were playing on their friend's account, they noticed how their constant FPS drops that they would normally get was suddenly gone while they were playing on their friend's account. So this Tilmarande went, okay, so I delete the save, replay the same scenario 1-to-1 to the intro / tutorial again, go to the hub, and performance is on the floor. This is them testing it again. I relog back into my friend's account. Everything is fine. Nonsense. Shock. I refuse to believe what I was seeing. So that's when they realized, oh wait, my friend has all the DLC and I have none of the DLC. Like, that's literally the only difference. Playing on the same exact computer, same exact setup, same exact graphic settings, all that. Just friend had all the DLC. So according to them, they hypothesized that, like I said, the game is pretty much continuously checking to see if you have DLC. And based on this theory, the more DLC you have, the less checks the game will do. And because it's doing less checks, the better the game will run. So just to confirm this, they did set up 2 different accounts on the same PC. One with the base Monster Hunter game installed, nothing else, and with all the DLC, just like how they have their friend. And on the account with no DLC, I get heavy and stable FPS drops down to like 20 to 25 in hubs. On the account with all DLC bought, it's 80 plus frames, they claimed. They then ran the same test on a separate PC and got the same exact result. So they repeated twice. Okay, this already happened 3 times in a row. So this has pretty much been confirmed.
Yo, this is smoking gun type shit. Like,
but it goes even further now, because Tilmarande made a mod that made it so that the game thinks you have all the DLC, and they saw a noticeable increase in their performance. So to this end, they say that in their conclusion that this probably wasn't on purpose, and it's most likely a bug within the code they need to fix. But they did say that they will finish the mod they used for public consumption, because apparently that mod could possibly be unstable if they make it available to everyone.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, this is a very, very strange story, because Monster Hunter Wilds has had not the best computer performance, as you and I can both attest.
No, in fact, I still haven't played since the last time that my computer crashed.
Yeah, apparently it's gotten much better now, especially after the December update. They're doing one more in January. At the end of this month, they will do one more. And the game is apparently like update complete. Like, not gonna do any more updates until the expansion pack. So this might be the best time to actually jump into the game now to try and catch up on all the updates they've done. Okay. But for the longest time, right, this game has not been the best in terms of performance, and that's even reflected in the Steam reviews, which I think it's like at mixed, I think.
I'm gonna check right now. I'm sorry, just because I was looking at a Monster Hunter high resolution texture pack, and it's mostly negative.
Because that breaks the game even further.
Yes,
I think they have fixes planned for that one specifically. But I think that might be this month. I never installed that, So I don't know.
I haven't either. I'm checking it right now. It's mixed.
Yeah, it is sitting at 53% overall with 67% for English reviews.
Yep.
So yeah, not the best score, especially for a Monster Hunter game, because Monster Hunter that's Capcom's golden goose right there. That is their big seller. That is their big flagship series.
Which I remember asking you this a while back. I was like, "Hey, dude, like, what if what if this game doesn't perform too well?" And you told me like, "Oh no, it's Monster Hunter. This is Capcom's like golden goose. Like this is their money maker. If there's a problem, they're gonna put the resources in to fix it." And I'm like, okay. And then sure enough, we're sitting here a year after release, like, what the fuck is going on?
yeah. I think everyone in real time just found out the limits of the RE engines. Like, okay, open world, can't do that shit. Not with this engine.
Well, to be fair, like when we first played the game, it ran good. Like there was just some tweaks that had to be made, but the game itself looked fine and it ran good.
We had to use frame gen, so I remember playing it before frame gen, and I was like, this isn't the best.
I don't remember using frame gen, but I guess so. But
after we upgraded, I started using frame gen at least. I don't know about you, but I started using frame gen.
I don't think I had to, but what I do know is my old computer ran it fine at medium settings, and the game still looked fine. But my computer now runs it beautifully, but it hard crashes. So I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Well, hopefully with the new updates, it'll fix the issue.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stuff I wanted to do with you, but we never got to do it. Right? There's the Street Fighter. They did a Street Fighter crossover where you could play as Akuma. He has his own moves and stuff. They added several new monsters. They did a Final Fantasy 14 crossover, so you can actually fight like a boss from Final Fantasy 14 in the game. Yeah. You can also earn a Chocobo. They also added the final monster, Gogmazios, which is an 8-hunter raid, pretty much.
Shit!
Where 8 hunters had to go and fight him together. And they also added Legiacris, I think is how you call it. And they added underwater combat sections to Legiacris. Like there's like a little section of the game where like you have to fight him underwater. And it's like its own like
That's
little
cool.
mechanics. Yeah, it is cool, but we haven't been able to play it.
Yeah, we haven't been able to play it. Cause dude, I remember I tried to play with the I forgot what it was. Actually, let me see when was the last time I played Monster Hunter. I can't find it. There it is.
You just put in your search bar.
May 7th, 2025. What monster released then?
Mitsune? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. But the white water dragon thing that shoots bubbles out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I played it, May 23rd.
Because that was in what was the Monster Hunter that we played before?
Wilds. I mean, not Rise.
Rise, yeah, because we had played Rise, and that was the monster there, and that was fun because they shot like the water cannon and shit, and that was fun. And then in the middle of the fight, like it did that freezing shit on me, and I'm like, bro, I can't do this anymore. I can't. They need to fix this crap because this is grade A horse shit. All right.
And if it wasn't for the performance problems, people probably wouldn't be as harsh on the game as it is. But when you have a game that doesn't fucking work, right? All the other problems that people have start looking way worse. You just get way more pissed at the game because it's just not working.
Yeah, because I know that there's a lot of like diehard Monster Hunter fans that say that this game is like not a Monster Hunter game, like the spiel, portrays every core value of the franchise and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I actually thought it was pretty cool. But then again, I am a normie. Like this was,
this is my first one to put real time into.
Yeah, this is what I first put real time into.
So how many hours do you have on this?
I'll check for you right now. I have 27. Oh wait, whoops, hang on. 59.3 hours. And honestly, it would have been more. It would have been more if the game fucking worked.
Yeah, I have 147 hours on it, so.
Yeah.
And this is the first one I put like a ton of time in. Because I did put time into World. I think I put like 80 hours into World.
Yeah.
I never got the DLC. I never got the expansion, but I did play 80 hours to the base game of it. And then Rise was on the Switch, so I didn't really get it because I didn't have a Switch at the time it came out.
Yeah.
and I wanted the PC version for it anyways. So even if it was, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. And then Rise, I think we only put like 20 hours into it, something like that.
Yeah, 27 hours. And Rise was fun.
Yeah, 23 hours I have on it. It was fun. I actually would like to go back to it sometime. That's what's good about Monster Hunter. Like all of them are different. Like they're just different enough from each other for you to justify going back to another one.
Yeah, for sure.
And hopefully, like Capcom fixes this soon. Apparently, Tim Miranda did send their findings to Capcom. So I mean, who knows? Hopefully, like just this story making circulation around will get Capcom to look into this, because that is very strange. That it has such aggressive DLC checking, and there's a lot of DLC in the game. Like there's a lot of stuff you can't buy. So
yeah, there is. I was looking, and a lot of it is free DLC too.
Yeah, I mean that could possibly explain like why the performance for our games got worse over time, because they add more DLC, which leads to game need to do more checks, which leads to worse frames.
Yeah. Well, to be fair though, I do want to say that for me, the frames have never been a problem, but it's the crashing that drove me wild. Like I very rarely had.
Say that again.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
No. You said what did you say? Drove you what?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot what I said.
Oh, you said drive you wild.
Oh my god. Wait, glasses. Wait, the glasses.
I don't have mine. You said drove you.
I still got mine. And I'm gonna do it right this time. Yeah, bro. So it was really
you're supposed to put them on, bro. You did it wrong again. Wild. You fucked up again. No, you put it on. You put it on and then you say it. You fucked up again.
I fucked up again.
Where's my glasses? I'll show you how it's fucking done. Like, no, I don't have it here. Never mind.
Yeah, go get your.
No, it's in my car. I'm not gonna go in my car right now.
Yeah,
but yeah, you were saying.
Fix your fucking.
Yeah, fix your fucking game.
No, I'm just fix your fucking game. God, dude, you literally were on a golden streak, and this hiccup ruined it. Come on, man. Fuck. But yeah. Anything else you want to talk about for Monster Hunter?
No, I think we move on to another Capcom story here. Says,
oh yes, and
this is something we're definitely excited for.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be great. I'm excited.
Yeah, so Capcom had their showcase on the 15th, where they show off some stuff for Resident Evil 9, giving us some insight into what it is we can expect from Resident Evil 9. It's going to be Leon and Grace, as you guys know. It's going to be dual protagonists. You're also going to have...
Yep.
Well, half of it was like the game itself. Then half of it was like this weird commercial for Porsche and for watches, which I don't really understand. Okay,
yeah,
sure, great.
That's really weird.
Yeah, let's advertise Porsche, a car that your customer base can totally afford. But so Resident Evil 9, showcase was shown off, so we did get the game a bit more in depth. Like I said,
yep.
So it's just kind of like how everyone kind of theorized. The game's gonna be split into between two protagonists, between Leon and Grace, with Leon being the more action hero kind of guy, and then you have Grace being the more traditional horror story. So let me see if I can find.
Yeah,
I have it here bookmarked. So yeah, so we have, of course, so Leon is definitely fresh from Resident Evil 4 remake. He's gonna be doing a lot of action here, shooting a lot of zombies and stuff. So it's gonna be, like they say, it's gonna be more full on action with Leon just fucking up a ton of zombies with all these cool context sensitive attacks that he can do, which is something very interesting. Oh goddamn! Okay, yeah. This definitely caught me.
Bro.
Yeah, this definitely caught my attention immediately. He's gonna have context sensitive actions where he's gonna be able to melee them into walls, and then he'll be able to do certain finishers, and the finishers will be different depending on how they land and stuff. But not only that, but Leon will also have a hatchet instead of his trusty handy dandy knife from Resident Evil 4. See if I can find that. Yeah, he has a big ass rifle, big ass revolver.
Yep.
He'll have a hatchet this time.
There it is.
And you can use the parry,
Hatchet.
and you can sharpen down the spot too, so he doesn't have to, buy more durability for it, like from a.
I wonder where they got.
And then there's this.
I wonder where they got that from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
So like this, I really want to know what this is because like he does like a dodge or something, and then he aura farms and then blows out a zombie's brains off.
I'm pretty sure that's a takedown of some kind.
Yeah, so I wonder because like he doesn't shoot because the ammo count it only goes down when he actually kills them. And he can also take their weapons as well. They're gonna show it off here in a moment, right? Oh, they show. Oh yes, they did. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna take the I believe the chainsaw, right? Yep, there it is.
Which is really cool. So yeah, as you can see, Leon is definitely going to be very actiony or oriented. And then on top of that, they also went into Grace as well. So Grace, like I said, is going to be a bit more horror focused. So she's going to be more like how Resident Evil 7, 8 was, whereas Leon's going to be more like how Resident Evil 4 and 4 remake was.
RE4.
Oh, right. And then there's also this, there's this cool stealth kill that he did with the hatchet. Yeah, that looks really cool.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So let me see if I can find the great stuff. But what are your thoughts so far?
Leon, it looks fucking great. I can't wait. I'm so excited, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be very soon. I think it's going to be interesting that they're going for the the dual story aspect of it, because as you know, last time they tried to split stories was Resident Evil 6, and that kind of didn't work out. So I think it'll be better this time though, because they only have two stories instead of 4, or actually 4. I forgot about Ada. Yeah, that's right, Ada.
And they're keeping this. Yeah, yes. Which I think that was single player, because there was no co-op for Ada's story, right?
I think they added it later, but originally no.
Yeah, originally no. Yeah, I figured. But dude, it's super exciting. Leon's takedowns look good, and to be fair, also I know you're gonna show it now, but Grace's horror sections look pretty good, and I'm curious to see like how she ties into the bigger story of Resident Evil.
Yeah, so the thing of Grace is that they showed off, what is it, the crafting? There's going to be crafting back, but this time you're going to be using blood from the enemies. Oh, wait, let me see.
Yeah. Yes, because they have I believe they said that it was going to be a special version of the, I don't know what the virus is called now, but I know it's not the T virus.
Yeah, who knows what it is now, but apparently she can like get blood from it, and she actually make like special items. And one of them is this injector here that she uses it to.
She called the E virus.
Yeah, so she uses this to blow the fuck up out of a zombie. It just absolutely explodes.
Yeah, bro, dude, that's gory as fuck. That's a lot of blood. I did not expect that.
Hey, but she was like, "God damn!" She's like, "Shit, okay."
Oh, this is cool too that you could switch now between the two different.
Yes, and that is the other thing too. That they're going to do first person, and there's also going to be third person. You can switch between the two, and you can toggle it between characters. So you can set it up like in the options menu, so that Grace is always like in first person, Leon's in third person, and vice versa. You don't have to like go back and like set it up every single time. I know that's how I'm going to play it for sure. Like I'm going to play like with Grace first person, and I'll play with Leon in third person.
Yeah, I mean that just makes sense.
And I
actually liked the and I I know that Resident Evil 7 and 8 had the first person camera angle, but I like the third person from RE2 remake and RE4 and RE4 remake.
And then on top of all of that, they're gonna have the different game modes. So like you're gonna have your casual, your standard, and you're gonna have standard classic, which is gonna bring back ink ribbons for Grace's sections.
Yep. So yes, they are.
That's just gonna add another cool layer. Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. Like, I'm definitely gonna be playing first person Grace with ink ribbons, and then third person will be Leon, and that's how I plan on playing it from there.
I agree. because we're actually veterans at this point, so we got this covered.
So like that's kind of like pretty much what they went over with the showcase. Then pretty much for this entire portion of it, like it was all ads. Just talking about shit you can buy, like the Switch 2 controller that you can buy, some stuff with Porsche or whatever, because Leon's driving a Porsche. And then something like about a watch or whatever. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of skipped over this stuff. You get pre-order bonus. Yeah, you get the Resident Evil Apocalypse costume for Grace.
Yeah, because her mom was in the Outbreak, right?
Yeah, she's in Outbreak games.
Yeah, which I'm not gonna play. Actually, are those games even available on Steam?
No, they've never. I don't think so. They've never. Capcom for some reason has been really weird with them. I don't understand. Well, actually, I can kind of understand because I still remember that story about how when GOG was trying to get the rights to port the OG Resident Evil games, when they were asking the executives were like, but why would you want to do that? They have the remakes, which is a superior experience. It's like, oh god, okay, like this is.
It's like
game. Yeah, the people running this company don't respect their own history, so that's probably a big reason.
No, they don't. Yeah, it probably is, and those were spin-off series too. So, and apparently, again, a spin-off that apparently now is story critical because this character is the daughter of one of the 8 people that you play as. So,
yeah, but I imagine there's going to be like a modded version of it online that we could probably find and play together. Because I would be totally down to play that with you. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I don't think they're co-op games though.
Outbreak, yes, they were made with co-op in mind.
No, I think you just really?
No, yes, they were made with multiplayer in mind. They were specifically multiplayer focused RE games.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, both of them were specifically RE multiplayer games. And for some reason, they just refuse to go back to that formula. No, like they want to give us weird shit like Resistance and Reverse and like these, multiplayer slop ass games that are kind of half ass. Like when all they need to do is just give us another Outbreak. Like, well, I don't understand what the problem is.
Oh damn! I guess you're right. Damn, because I thought so. It's because the Let's Plays that I've seen of it, because I wanted to know what the story was like. It was just like one guy trying to like corral a bunch of survivors. So I never got to see like a second person taking control of another character. But dude, if it is multiplayer, I'm 100% down to play.
Yeah, it's up to 4 people. Up to 4 people can play it.
Fuck yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, there's so there are some details here that I wanted to kind of go over with you on. The first one was the item description here. So this is what I spotted here. Oh wait, that is not. Where's the part where she blows up the fucking? Oh yeah, right. Grace also gets a big ass. She gets a gun called the Requiem, which is pretty much a big ass revolver that I guess she gets at the beginning of it, and she could use it like whenever she wants.
Yeah.
Where's the description here?
Yeah, limited ammo and everything. It's like the bazooka.
All right, so here's the description for the hemolytic injector, the item that she makes that blows the fuck up out of a zombie.
Yes.
A special drug that destroys infected blood cells, prevents corpses from mutating, and can be used to stealthily take out enemies.
Yeah, yes. I caught that too.
So that's that part. Like, it prevents corpses from mutating. Yeah.
We need our lighters and kerosene.
Yeah, we might need some lighters and kerosene again. This could maybe signal the return of Crimson Heads. Yeah, if this results in Crimson Heads coming back, that'd be really cool. Are you lagging? I think you're lagging.
No, I'm good. I'm okay for now. You're okay?
Okay, no, you seem to respond like you're delayed. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, there's probably going to be Crimson Heads.
Well, there is always kind of a delay.
See, you're delayed. Yeah, you're delayed.
Oh no! All right, I'll just stay silent. You speak.
All right, hold on.
Oh no, I don't know if that fucks the camera up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
Did it work?
I don't know. Anyways, so this might signal the return of Crimson Heads or some kind of mechanic similar to Crimson Heads, where like you really have to worry about zombies coming back like even stronger than before, which will definitely add to the horror of it. Because one of the scariest parts of Resident Evil remake, the first remake, was the Crimson Heads. So you had to really worry about the zombies coming back to life and coming out even more pissed off.
Mm-hmm. And those zombies ran, so you had to really watch your ass.
So this is one cool thing, and then there's also another. There's I didn't timestamp it, which I fucking should have, but there's a shot of Leon here. I think it's here, right? Is it? Yeah. So you see right there on Leon's neck?
Yeah, I caught that too. I think he's once again infected with something.
This guy's catching deadly zombie viruses like there's the common cold, man. So it seems like Leon is once again infected with something. Who knows? Unless Ada's giving some really aggressive hickeys that we don't know about. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure Ada's going to come back. So if Leon's in the game, Ada has to come back. So there will be Ada in some fashion. We get old Daddy Dilf Leon. That means we're gonna get some mature Ada action. Hopefully,
I'm absolutely sure. I'm positive that that's going to be the case. Ada will come in with a pill. It's like, oh, you sweet Leon, don't you know about the E virus affecting your neck? Here, take this pill. It'll buy you some time, blah, blah, blah. In that, like, sexy spy speak.
Or that bored spy speak she does in the remake. That awful performance.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't bring that actress back. I hope they either don't bring her back or she steps up her game because she needs to do something.
I mean, they already had a good actress from RE2 remake. So they should just, I don't know the actress from... I don't know about but the performance was obviously dog shit. I think she should have taken notes and been like, okay, so I got to step up my game. I got to sound more sexy because you should. You're Ada Wong. That's like you are literally the personification of femme fatale. So bring that energy. I mean, I'm sure you can.
And just emote because that's the thing. She just sounded bored and wooden.
Yeah, exactly.
So then the other thing that this is more obvious. They kind of point out that like the zombies retain characteristics from when they were alive. So that's an interesting new twist on the Resident Evil zombie formula because up until this point they've been kind of just mindless flesh-eating machines, but it seems like they retain a little bit of their former selves here. This lady very aggressively cleaning the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, another lady like wailing around in the hallway. Another zombie tending to the elevator. So that would definitely be interesting to see like what they do with that, because that's definitely will tie into the story in some fashion. And the creepy zombie guy, also the creepy professor guy, or whatever, also looks kind of like a zombie.
Yes.
So he's probably like infected the virus too, and probably a zombie as well. But he's just like super smart, so he's like like an advanced zombie or something.
He might be like the head zombie, like the hive mind, like he's the brain.
You think they might do something like that, like the Mitomycete in Resident Evil 8?
Yeah, Mitomycete. Yeah, maybe something like that. Because after all, this. Or
Resident Evil 4. They did in Resident Evil 4 also with the Ganados. The Ganados would be controlled by Sadler.
Yes, Sadler. Yeah. So, which actually I think no. Sorry, I'm getting all my lore mixed up because I was trying to see Evie from RE7.
Oh, and Evie from RE7 as well.
Yeah. So maybe that's the case, but it definitely seems like he's trying to run some kind of experiment. And Grace's mom, I think it's Alyssa Ashcroft, so she's involved somehow. So we'll see. Actually, I have to read up on my lore for Outbreak. Because I really wasn't that interested. You okay?
Yeah, just gassed. No worries.
Oh, okay.
Just
It
aggressive
looked like
gassing.
you were. It looked aggressive, dude. It looked like you were shitting yourself. But I'm very excited for this game, and I can't wait to play it. Actually, you know what? I think just for shits and giggles, I am going to play the Resident Evil series again, because you got me RE1, and I think you got me RE0 as well. So I should probably play
I
those.
think I got you one.
You got me. Yeah, you got me one of them. I think RE0 I picked up because it was like literally $2.
Yeah. You probably picked that one up because I would not give people RE0. That game's a pain in the ass to play. I do not like that game.
Oh, the thing is, I have fond memories. I remember how I said I watched my dad playing games growing up. This was one of them, RE0, and I thought it was so cool. Like literally, like he swapped between characters, and I was like, "You can do that?
Oh shit!
Oh my god, what innovation!"
You're like that Joe Rogan meme with the
UFC. I mean, imagine. Yeah.
Your 7-year-old mind was fucking blown.
Dude, absolutely mind-boggling, mind blown. I was like, you can control 2 people, Dad? Oh my god.
We swore it was co-op because of that, and it turns out it's not co-op now.
Yeah.
Damn.
No,
Okay.
no co-op. No.
It was 10 years too soon.
I'm sure there's a mod somewhere that makes it co-op.
Oh, it'd be awesome if I would play through the game. I would suffer through the game.
You would suffer through it, yeah. Well, I don't know. You won't suffer through RE6
because RE6 is a doggy caca doo doo no matter what. Like,
yeah, but with your
that
friends,
game is fucking garbage.
I know. Well, technically, we played the good campaign.
That was a good one. Yeah, exactly. And I still hated it. Fuck that game. It's a piece of shit. And I hate that game.
Oh god.
All right, man. So, how about you sign us off?
Absolutely, my friend. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Two Bar Connection. We really appreciate you guys giving our show a watch. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like down below. And also leave a comment down if there's any games you want us to play or any stories you want us to follow. We are available, of course, mainly on YouTube, but we have audio-only versions of the podcast, which we have on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. And we are also not available. We are on Twitter. No, we will not call it X. And you can find us at our handle at 2Bar Podcasts. So give us a follow, send us some memes, tag us in some stories, and we'll be happy to do so. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you guys once again for listening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Peace.
Bye, everybody.